Alright, let's go. NTR segment. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. I guess Shannon was never mine to begin with. But a man can dream. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. My mind wandered. Get this boy a maid. I need a maid! Sea Cats episode 2. Third wheeling so hard. Back to the days when I could barely imagine the happiness I have now. I was a middle schooler at the time. Oh? Flashback? Who is this now? Are we still on Sayo or someone else? Oh yeah, still Shannon point of view. Okay. A normal girl who thought about love as much as you'd expect of someone at that age. But in truth, it was wrong of me to have that dream. I think this is Fight Man. Oh no, this is Maid Girl. Waifu Girl. But in truth, it was wrong of me to have that dream. After all, I am furniture. Okay, yeah, this is definitely Sayo. Furniture is nothing more than a tool, not a human. As a person less than human, simply receiving an education was an enormous blessing. By the way, can you guys hear the game alright? I know it's just like a clock ticking and all, but it's kind of silent for me, so thought I'd ask. So, in reality, even thinking about falling in love was more than I deserved. I can fall in love with you! Okay, here we go. We got music playing. I can't really hear the clock? Okay. Okay, it's okay? Okay. Okay, can hear the music. Okay. Let me know if you want me to turn it up a bit. The Yoshida-miya Family Conference was a customary event held every October. Just couldn't hear the clock. Ah, yeah. It was kinda quiet. But relatives sometimes visited at other times. Volume is good? Okay. Of course, they didn't come just to drink tea. On this day, Eva's family was visiting the head family on Nokenjima. Okay, so this is when she was a middle schooler, right? Are we still in that timeline? Also, last time we were playing with original, so today we'll play with the new images. The 3 members of Cross's family and the 3 members of Ava's family had gathered in the parlor, and were having a friendly chat about recent events. Genji had supposedly told Kinzo of Ava's family arrival, but he still hadn't come down. Wait, Wen had an N. They had a T. Cry has an R. Oh no! NTR? Umineko NTR? It was in the title this whole time? No! No! He was probably immersed in his research and couldn't compare this time. Yeah, they don't look that different, apparently, because Ryuki's, you can't draw new sprites for that. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's not, but it's fine. Yo, look at this 14-year-old. This often happens, so the other, like, are they the same age? I actually don't know. Are Sayo and George the same age? This often happens, so the others waited patiently for their fickle father to arrive. It's crazy seeing this without 07's art style. Yeah, it's like so different. Oh, huh, bro. NTR when they cry. When I cry, cause I got NTR'd. How promising. What about NTR, bro? The NTR be crazy. They show the couple having a love moment, then the guy shows up. I'm like, bro, that's too much. Yeah, get this guy out of here. Get George out of here. Make sure you work hard under your father, building your skills you'll need if you want to lend him a hand soon. Elio has a thing for Shannon, and was seething so hard watching date with George, yeah. Shannon is my waifu. I don't want to see her with George. I'm being like a Love Live fan whenever a male exists. Thank you very much. I have learned countless precious things from the many experienced people Father has introduced me to. That's NTR for you? Oh? And these are all things I could never have learned in school. When you're in school, it's not math and language you're learning. What they're really teaching you is the right outlook and attitude for learning more. So George and Shannon have a bit of an age gap. Oh, they do? Is, like, Shannon younger than George? Or is she older than George? Because, like, George is, like... Is he 18 or is he 17? Because I know Battler's 16, right? I think George is older than him. Once you've got that base, you can finally start a long period of study that'll last your entire life. People who don't get this end up spending their whole lives as fools who never learn. This is not what I gave him for his voice, but I forgot what his voice was. Just getting full marks in math and language won't do you any good at your company. Indeed, that is exactly right. Yeah, Shannon is younger. Oh, okay. Battler is 18. How young is Shannon? Okay, so if Battler is 18, I think George is older than Battler, right? So he's like 19? George isn't quite a full man yet. So, kind of raising eyebrows at George. How bad is their age gap? Is their age gap, like, really bad? God. You'd better always keep that in mind and embrace his studies. Stop it, dear. George is always giving it his all. Right? Truly admirable. I wish our Jessica would learn from him. Sheesh. Is she like the same age as Kanon? Wait. Because Kanon's 14. Uh-oh. George... Are you still holding a grudge about that test score? I think they're all in the same age. I mean, these are rich people. True. I'm studying for tests the best I can. And it's set in the 80s, too. At least don't say it here. Oh, George... George is 23?! I didn't think it was 23! I thought it was at, like, maybe 21? That's a 7-year... Holy crap, Wiki said 19 to me. Pissing me off. Once people started praising George for his diligence, the conversation usually turned to Jessica, who hated studying. Oh, don't read Wiki? Okay, so it's like probably like... They probably like just listed for like later on in the game or something. Anyway, don't answer that. Don't answer that, if it's spoilers. Yikes. Yikes. That's a big oofins. Jessica made an... Wait, so he gave a ring to his... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this. I'm gonna just stop thinking about this. Either way, I don't like George. I've never liked George. Day one. Jessica made an openly displeased face as though she'd known this would happen. Mostly because I like Shannon. But it's fine. I'll take any ammo to shoot at George. My. Schoolwork aside, it seems Jessica had better learn to choose her words a little more gracefully. How improper for the single daughter who bears the weight of the Yoshida-Miya family crest. Come now, she's quite appealing in her own way, isn't she? Times change. The time when we had to act all modest to entertain men ended long ago. And so Elio stopped thinking. Yeah. I've learned the forbidden knowledge. And now I can continue to hate on George's ass. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's not Google anything about this game. Yeah. At least you have a legitimate reason to dislike George, lol. Yeah. Let's go. Then you buy the extravagant island mansion. I would assume this group of individuals are above morals and laws anyway. Yeah, I mean, we already know that they, like, got guns, which are illegal in Japan. Also, is my stream having problems? I'm seeing my bitrate is in red. Is everything okay? These two could be the same age. It's still someone basically trying to marry someone who works for them. Yeah, there's that power imbalance too. There's definitely the power imbalance. We're behind, but it's still live? Okay. Oh, actually it's fine? Okay. Seems okay at the moment? Okay. Bit laggy and I gotta pause on pause, but it's live? Okay, is it still like... Is it like buffering for you? You're just the only one who kept a cool head with Maria. It was fine right now? Okay. I'll keep going, but let me know if it's unwatchable. If anyone experiences it being unwatchable, let me know. That's right, that's right! I knew you'd understand, Aunt Ava. My headache is truly trying today. But the lag was on my end, but there are some drops, I think. Oh. We fine? The only unwatchable part is Elio getting NTR'd. Yeah, that's very, very bad. Okay, my connection is dodgy at the moment because I'm downloading a big file and Australia has bad internet. Eva coming in being that bitch once again. Love her. Honestly, love her. Great. She brings the spice to this. She's like the bitch that would come in. She would be one of those people on like reality TV shows that would like bitch slap. Like, just a random person. I'm watching on 140p. Hold on. Let me look at it on my end. Let me see how it seems on my end. It's fine now? Okay. It does seem to be a bit behind because you guys just saw Natsuhi, didn't you? Yeah, it looks like you guys might be like a solid minute or so behind. Eva would totally bitch slap someone in a reality. Okay. Type Swadala in chat once you hear this. Swadala! Whatever. Okay, that's not too bad actually. That is not too bad. I don't know how to spell Swadala. It was just some random word I made up. But okay, you guys aren't that far behind me then. If any of you didn't get to the Swadala, then refresh stream. But it seems like you guys are just a couple seconds behind me. Okay. Alright. We good. Bitrate seems to be green now too, so that's good. Are you okay? Aunt Natsuhi, you're looking a bit pale. Thank you, I'm fine. Still, time really has flown. It feels just like yesterday when you would run around half naked by the beach and come back soaked. Heh? Swadala. Oh my god, you guys just heard Swadala. Swadalao. Okay, so Twy and Jackie heard it like a second after I said it. And then you guys heard it like a couple of seconds afterwards. So, I would recommend refreshing your page. Okay, let's everyone refresh your page right now. I'm gonna read another line of the VN, and then we will do another test. We will do another test once everyone has refreshed their stream. Wasn't your Jessica-chan the same? I was slow to type it because I wasn't sure how to do it. Same. Okay, we'll have a normal thing to say in chat this time. Type in chat Herlock Sholmes when you hear this. Herlock Sholmes. I have the book Sherlock Holmes next to me, so that's why it came to head. Herlock Sholmes, Herlock Sholmes, Herlock Sholmes, Sherlock Sholmes. Okay. Alright. Sounds like everyone is good. Sounds like everyone is good. You guys all said it around the same time. Okay. So yeah, anyone that didn't hear the Herlock Sholmes at that time, please refresh. And now she's a lady who fusses over how to put on makeup. I have refreshed. What, miss? Nothing much. Just problems, but it's fine. Another test. You should be good now, yeah. Alright, I'm also on VPN, so extra problems for me. Ah, yeah. So now that you haven't said it, we're all getting executed, but we forgive you, Sky. Herlock Sholmes. Wait, you just heard Herlock Sholmes, Kraka, or are you just joining in now? Oh god damn it! Oh, it's lagging again. Okay. Maybe my internet might. Okay. Maybe my internet's not doing so hot right now. I don't think my internet is doing too good right now. Let me go do a test. Let me do a speed test. Oh dear. Internet can't handle peak fiction. Yeah, it always seems to happen when we play Umineko. What the hell? Okay, let me do a speed test real quick. We fine now? Might be able to just remove your model. Okay, yeah, we might be PNG for this. So no color change, no feet mode, no bonk. I don't remember what else. But yeah, why is it always Umineko? It's just a visual novel. Yeah, you would think like Terraria would have had internet issues or something. Not Umineko. Internet can't handle Shannon back. Oh god, I got hiccups now. Why did you have to capitalize internet to only capitalize the NTR in it like that? Why? It's not completely lagged after all. Thank god this didn't happen during Terraria. Yeah, could you imagine? You're being saved by the NTR net, oi. Yeah, no feet mode. I think I can manage. Okay, yeah, it's weird. It had Pat okay or not? Nah. That's also a VTube Studio thing. Internet allergic to cats and NTR. Me too. Well, not to the cat thing, but definitely to the NTR thing. Anyway, if we're stable, we'll go back to it. I guess I gotta be a visual novel character myself. I gotta be a static PNG. I see you focused on your eyebrows. They're like, oh no, you can't have that many frames playing us. Honestly, I would have thought Logcore would have the most problems with internet with memory leak stuff in its spaghetti code. Well, I do have the mod that helps with that. So maybe that's why I've just never had issues with Logcore. You look really cute today. Thank you very much. No one noticed, so I was a bit unsure of myself. Fair enough, yeah. A full smile rose to Jessica's face as the results of her own studies were finally appreciated. What engine? What engine does Umineko run in? Honestly, it's the same engine that, like, Fate Grand Order did. A BNG, Bunny Net Graphics. Bot chat no good too? Yeah, that's also no good. Ava smiled back in the same way. Then she turned that smile towards Natsuhi. Come on, Natsuhi-ne-san. Because I wonder if this is made with spaghetti code. And yeah, hello. I'm gonna play Umineko now. So let's go. Get rid of the 1-bit heart music. I have it on PlayStation? Don't let the sea cat sob. Alright, hello. Yeah, we are PNG mode today. Beatrice PNG mode. So hopefully we don't get any frame drops today. I did hear, like, I tried looking into this, and I heard some people say that there's some problems when, like, portraits transition, but they might be talking about the PS3 version, since it seems like everyone that plays Umineko patches it with the PS3 visuals. So, I'm honestly not sure whether it was my internet or the game, but I guess we'll see today with PNG mode. I remember the Switch trailer for Undertale. That shit was so funny. Yeah, I remember that one too. Turn on the Switch! Anyway, hello. We're back with Umineko, and I need to, like, stitch these two parts together for YouTube. So that's gonna be fun hours of rendering for me. Hi. Anyway, Jessica, I cannot condone you speaking of your mother in such a fashion. I'm gonna lie, I got Undertale on Switch purely for the Mad Mew Mew fight. Yeah, I was thinking of getting it for the Mad Mew Mew fight, but since I already had it on Steam, I was just like, I'm not gonna spend money just for a fight. It's kind of how I feel with Amori, with the Switch release. Like, I know they added more than just one fight to the Amori Switch release, but I'm just like, I would rather you, like, patch the Steam version too. Like, maybe give it, like, a few months of, like, exclusivity, maybe, to, like, encourage people to buy it. But then, like, actually patch it for everyone else that has it. I apologize. Later, I will speak to you at length about your language. Yeah, fans usually push people to download the PS3 mod immediately because of the portrait / voice acting / proper text boxes. Well, yeah. To be fair, I think the Switch version is probably the best version anyways. Yeah, I've heard that. If you don't want kids getting in your way, just say so. I'm gonna take a step outside. It's getting stuffy in here. Jessica! For only one fight? Sorry, YouTube is better. Yeah, I'd rather just look up the new content on, like, YouTube or something instead of buy, like, the game all over again, especially because I'm dirt poor. Jessica is still at the age where tests and entrance exams are pretty nerve-wracking. Yeah, there is a Switch release of Amori. Released a while ago. Recently, she'd clash often with her mother, who was enthusiastic about her education. There's a mod for the console content. Took a while to make, though. That's not official, though, right? Like, I don't want to get in too much trouble for it. Like, I mean, I kind of already looked it up on YouTube anyway, so it's not a surprise for me anymore. Excuse me. Yeah. And there's a boss rush where you can play with Basil and Headspace. Yeah, that's the main appeal for me with the Switch content, is the Basil content. Jessica, who was trying to leave the parlor in a bad mood, bumped into Shannon, who was pushing a serving cart filled with tea. I saw that. I thought it was a secret in the base game. To be fair, it kinda was. Yeah, I feel like that doesn't justify an entire purchase, yeah. Mods tend to not be official. It's not official, yeah. Okay, like, I know we play on totally legitimate systems sometimes. But, like, for example, we're playing Umineko, and I would have totally played with the PS3 mod, but I'm playing according to Manga Gamer's wishes, so I try to respect that whenever I can, unless it's just like with Devil Survivor or Dot Hack, like I kinda have to do that. I kinda have to do that if I want to stream those games. And I do want to play those games. Hi, Shannon. No need to worry about my tea, but you guys enjoy the mods. Please enjoy the mods. They're really good. It totally justifies an entire purchase for a Mori, actually. Totally just saying that because I pre-ordered it specifically for a Mori basil sticker. Shannon, who is pushing a serving cart filled with tea. Elliot wants to be a serving cart. Either do I. I saw prices for IMOQ. Shit is insane. Yeah. It costs like $100 or more just for quarantine. I'm just gonna go wander around the garden. Milady. Oh, looks like I'm speaking and I will speak for a couple minutes. I feel like it's more about not having a capture card. Yeah, I mean I have the games and all that, but I don't have a capture card for PS2, and anyway, like the setup for it is kind of annoying too. No, you need to spend $1,000 on the OG game, an exclusive edition of PS1 in Texas to be able to play faithfully. You know, fuck people that say that, especially with Dot Hack. Like, pirate that shit, emulate that shit. Like, no one needs to pay like $100 for like one volume of a 4-volume game. Like, it costs over $400 just to play the full series. Like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. You could buy like so many stuff with that much money. I think that's why people really want it to be ported. So yeah, I'm definitely on that camp that is like, please make IMOQ more accessible other than pirating it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah. Shannon, the tea is getting cold. Serve it quickly. Not one of the OG devs is making money from you buying a used copy from a crackhead. Yeah, seriously. It's only the people that are listing it on like eBay or whatever that are making money off of it. Nya 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 nya. There you go, Muggy. But yeah, it's like God, like it reminds me of how, like, I think it was last year, Dot Hack Enemy, like, there were a bunch of copies found for Dot Hack Enemy, in, like, Texas at some store. And, like, a bunch of people that aren't into Dot Hack at all started buying them en masse because a bunch of people on fucking Reddit were saying that they're, like, really rare because, like, no one fucking plays the game. And they started scalping it. They started scalping the Dot Hack Enemy TCG game. And I'm just like, my brother in Christ, there are like 5 active Dot Hack fans. Who is gonna buy this? Who is gonna buy this? I mean, obviously, like, there'll probably be someone that'll buy it. But it's just like, brother, Dot Hack gets like a moment of fame for once on Reddit, and it's because people are scalping it. Like, let me see if I can find it still on Reddit. I'm pretty sure I can still find the scalped copies of it. But that's just really, like, frustrating. I want to get the Dot Hack Enemy TCG because I used to play it. But I'm not gonna. Okay, oh my god. Dot Hack Enemy Collection. $160. How many cards are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so I think this is the Dot Hack sign release. of cards. Like the first wave and like the first wave of the IMOQ cards? I don't know. Oh, the person has a Balmung icon. Oh, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Brother. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna play this totally legal version of the game, thank you. Yeah, scalpers are some of the most scummy people in existence. Imagine you make your icon be Balmung of all characters, and you're scalping .hack enemy when you know the fan base. You know the fan base. There are 5 .hack fans and 3 are on their retirement home. Yeah, me included. Some Star Wars book dropped and they retconned Jizz? Oh god. Yeah, let me see. Okay, this one's a bit better. The TCG deck lot sealed .hack starter decks, 6 of them. So you get 6 starter decks for $55. That's a bit better than like 2 decks for $160. And like, I don't think any of the cards in here are like, yeah, they're all just PCs. You can't play a proper game with just PCs. Yeah, they have like, the .hack sign release is just PCs. And the IMOQ has 2 PCs and a bunch of monsters. And like one item card. You can't play a proper game with that. And then 30-pack booster box for $34.98. That's a bit more understandable. But this person fucking putting up the .hack enemy TCG gift collector set box. Ugh. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop looking at people selling the .hack enemy TCG and getting pissed off. Anyway. People that are into Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff are eating good. Imagine being into .hack and needing to pay $160 for this shit. And every bar of Star Wars, unfortunate. Since day one, it was called Jizz and they renamed it like cowards. Oh, I'd rather be considered a fugitive of the law by the game devs than pay $1,000 for your game. I mean, the game devs aren't even, like, expecting you to pay this. This is just the scalpers. This is, like, people that bought the game for, like, maybe $50 to $20 and is like, yeah, let me put this up for, like, $100. Yeah, they are cowards. Is it called Juzz now? Disney stole my jizz. God fucking damn it. Shannon intentionally getting heated about .hack while Nazi is yelling at her to hurry up with the tea. Don't make Elio love Shannon more than he already does. Yeah, it's just going to the scalper's pocket. Yeah, not a single dollar from buying .hack is going to the .hack devs. Like, the only way you can support, like, the .hack devs right now is to buy, like, the .hack Last Recode collection. Not used. Buy it on, like, Steam or the Switch release or the PS4 release or whatever. Not a single dime from IMOQ is going to CyberConnect 2 at this point. Or their international store. That's another good way to support them if you want to support the devs, but pirate fucking IMOQ. No one cares. Literally no one cares if you pirate IMOQ. And if anyone does care, then they're lame. They're a loser. My apologies. Anyway. Me and getting off topic talking about .hack. Name a better power couple. Shannon hadn't actually done anything worse. Wait, did you choose an image that is transitioning between 2 mouths? No? Eh? But Natsuhi, who felt like something shameful to herself had been shown, lashed out at her emotionally. This was something that often happened in the Yoshida Miya family. Yeah, see, I like Natsuhi, alright. Like, I understand why she's fucked up, but like, this is not it, brother. This is not it, Natsuhi. But it seems Shannon wasn't strong-willed enough to just accept it and move on. She shrank back and cowered while serving the tea. Yeah, fuck you, Natsuhi. You shouldn't have, because I didn't draw one, yeah. If you look closely, he may have an obsession with .hack. She had the unfortunate habit of making more mistakes when she cowered. Oh, baby! Name a more iconic power couple, Shannon and George. Gets mauled by Elio. Fuck you! Her pitiful appearance ruined the peaceful atmosphere that had existed a moment before. It wasn't really Shannon's fault, but she thought she might be the source and felt a pressure on her chest. Oh, she's having a panic attack, my little baby! I'm gonna get you out! I'm gonna get you out of this fucking terrible, like, minimum... Well, no, it's not minimum wage. You're getting paid well, but you're getting treated badly. Getting married to a fucking 23-year-old when you're 16 years old. I'm gonna get you out! Power dynamic, motherfuckers. Her shaking fingers made the utensils clang, and you couldn't have called it graceful, not even just to be polite. For the PNG, never mind, my monitor is getting fucked. Oh shoot. Hope everything's okay, Linux. The more pitiful she appeared, the greater the silence grew. The more irritated Natsuhi looked, and the more Shannon cowered. Brother! Yeah, I like Natsuhi, but she really gotta stop taking her anger out on the servants. It is literally her main flaw. Yeah, this is why Natsuhi is not based. She is not based for abusing her servants. Especially because it's just never alright to abuse someone. But it's especially not, like when you have, like, like, this is shit. Report it. Report this shit. Getting married to a 23-year-old, Elio the 202-year-old. Oi. Shannon's thin neck felt like it was being suffocated and choked by the reaper known as stress. Oh, my baby. Yeah, everything is okay. Okay, that's good. At that time, George spoke brightly, blowing away the stiff atmosphere. This smells nice. What kind of black tea is it? This is a flashback, right? Are we still in a flashback? Or is this modern day? I forget because they didn't change the sprites for the flashback. No, don't say it. Still flashback? Okay, so she's like... How old is she in this part? This is like when she's in middle school, right? It's like, what? 12? 14? 13? It's a very distinctive smell, so I probably know it. Yeah, middle school. Okay. Isn't this just modern day for this world? Yeah! Is it Earl Grey? I think it probably is. Yeah, I'll bet it's Earl Grey. When you get back to the kitchen, check the tin. Is he like flirting with a girl having a panic attack? Yeah. Like at this point, how old is he? I'm like trying to do the math because they have like a 7-year difference. Age difference. And if she's like 14, he's like 21. To be fair, he is not flirting with her right now. Okay, good. George-kun, you know a lot about black tea, don't you? One of the company presidents who looked after me was very knowledgeable about black tea. I managed to pick up a little while listening to him discuss the subject. Like, to be honest, like, yeah, I understand it's the 80s, and like, people are more likely to have like an age difference of one being a minor and one being an adult, which I don't feel comfortable with because of obvious reasons. But looking past that, just like being like, okay, it was its time, you know? Still there is the power imbalance here. Still there is the power imbalance here. Oh yeah, the president of Okanogi Foods. Yep, that sort of trivia is that guy's specialty. The names of black teas often refer to the places they're made, right? George being polite to Shannon. Elio, God, read the room. Now it's not the time to flirt. Elio, let it go. He just mentioned something about tea. Yeah, I'll let it go. The oldest she could be is 15, but I'm gonna say she was like 13 to 14 here. Okay. So, did this come from a place with that name? From what I've heard, there was a person called Earl Grey in England not long ago. Oh wait, England long ago, sorry. And it was named after him. Furthermore, this distinctive smell doesn't come from tea leaves, but from a fruit called bergamot, which is a relative of the mandarin orange. Is that so? I never knew that. Learning things like that makes tea taste all the more delicious. Same thing goes for alcohol and cigarettes. Luxury items have a taste of romance. Okay, rich bitches. It was me, not Elio, who made that point, though. Knowing stuff like this deepens the taste. It feels so good wasting a shit ton of money on drinks. Instead of donating it to good causes like animal conservation. I'm pretty sure a bunch of soon-to-be extinct animals could sure use it right now in the 80s, but It's the same as reading the list of benefits on a medicine bottle. That was a bad winter for mandarins, not acid enough. Natsune-san, you should try reading the explanation on your favorite headache medicine someday. People love to dogpile on Elio here, I swear to God. Yeah, I could say something, like, I know with this whole talk about George and Shannon, I know it could, like, have people, you know, like, be like, oh, well, think about it this way. But, like, I could say something just, like, completely valid. Just completely valid with, like, no arguments, and people would be like, oh, well, Elio said it, so... But it's fine. That's a wonderful idea. Try it tonight. Yes, I'll do so. Shinin-chan, try opening that pot. You should find some dried bergamot mixed in with the tea leaves. Ah, yes. It's in there. Something like dried orange peel is mixed in. That makes sense, but Elio said it, so I feel like it's wrong. Boy. Yes, that's probably bergamot. The main ingredient in Earl Grey's scent. The scent is vivid, so you might expect the taste to be intense, but it's still gentle and easy to drink. I'll be back later. Okay, see you in a bit, Muggy. If you make it with milk, the scent should become more mild, which works great. Oh yeah, I love drinking tea with milk. It tastes so good. If there's anything left in the pot after you've poured for everyone, you should really try drinking it with milk. Ah, yes. Thank you very much. Tilk. George gave her a small wink. If anyone here argues against tea with milk, I will eviscerate you. I remember drinking Milkmate when I was a kid. Good times? What's Milkmate? And he had done it for the sake of Shannon herself, a cowering servant. The Ishidamiya family did not pamper their servants. I've had Tilk, yeah. Have you guys ever just drinking, like, coffee, like, what are they called? Coffee creamers, just, like, straight out of it, like, without putting it in coffee? I might have caused some issues having that as a kid, but, like, my mom had, like, the French vanilla. Yeah, we've had this conversation. I have not. Oh. Well, it's good, but it's bad. It's good, but it's bad for you. So don't have it if you have not. But if you have, please share. Like, you could probably get just diabetes just from drinking the coffee creamer alone. Any display of awkwardness would be harshly punished. So it was rare for them to be given a helping hand like this. Bro, I hate employers! Oh, I give you money so I can treat you like shit. Where's the workers' union? Frickin' 1980s. Thanks to George's kindness, Shannon managed to regain control of herself and finished serving tea without further incident. Okay, mate is like tea, but you get like a whole cup of wood full of mate herbs, pour hot water, and drink it with a special straw. Ooh, sounds interesting. As long as she stayed calm, she could carry out her work elegantly and flawlessly. By the time the black tea was laid out on the table and its elegant scent filled the room, the atmosphere had completely returned to its former peaceful mood, and everyone praised George's knowledge. I feel like one day Elliot would just say, you know, when you're a kid, and you don't know what to eat, and you take a spoonful of sugar. What? You're telling me you guys don't do that? I did that when I was a child! A full experience. Okay, I did not do that, but when you think about it with how I drank coffee or how I drank tea, I kinda was. Like, I would pop open the lid of like our sugar container and I would just pour it. I would just pour it into the tea. Like, I wouldn't take like 2 spoonfuls and put it in my tea. I would just pour that shit. Shannon wanted to thank him for saving her, but it didn't look like she would get the chance. So she decided to at least thank him inside her heart, praying to God that George would hear it as she pushed the serving cart away. Yeah, I don't think I've ever eaten sugar, just straight up. Maybe liquid sugar. I might have done liquid sugar once. Did you even manage to dissolve all the sugar? Not really. There was still like a bunch of sugar stuck at the bottom. George Nissan always lends a helping hand at times like that. Completely off topic, but will there be an anime party tomorrow? Just for scheduling my day. So I am working tomorrow in the morning, so I think I said in the scheduled channel, but we will be starting a little later than planned. But if we finish at a good time for stream tomorrow without any issues, we will do anime party. But if we like finish pretty late, we'll probably do it some other day. It's just having a shift the day that I wasn't really planning to be a shift kind of messed with my plans. Gotcha, yeah. George Nissan always lends a helping hand at times like that. By changing the topic or something. Shannon and Jessica were in the rose garden. Jessica still hadn't returned to the parlor after getting into a fight with her mother, and was nonchalantly killing time here. When I think back on it, I get the feeling this wasn't the first time he's helped me like that. Whenever I made a careless mistake and George was around, I'm pretty sure he'd always naturally smooth things over and restore harmony. Okay, but he'd always come and solve things naturally? Is he like... Okay, maybe it's just my hatred for George talking here, but like, he's always there when she makes a mistake? That's a little sus. Maybe it wasn't something as direct as picking up a fork that had been dropped. But that was his way of caring. Even servants have their pride. They want to fix their own mistakes by themselves. And if a guest lends them a hand, they'll lose face. She said whenever she makes a mistake and he's around. Oh, okay. I mean, he isn't there on the island all the time. I must have misread it. Not whenever I make a mistake, he's around. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense then. I misread it. He's really good at reading between the lines when stuff like that happens. Well, I guess it's kind of like an art to him. That guy's more of a show-off than he looks. But that's not true. I mean, he kinda is. I think he's a really wonderful person. You misread it? Reddit's just not like it used to be. Shannon, you haven't fallen in love with George Nissan, have you? Mistake detected. George has been summoned. For once, Shannon had disagreed with Jessica in a slightly forceful tone, which immediately caught Jessica's attention. I mean, Jessica ain't wrong, No, that's not it. I think... Oh no, the NTR continues. Please save me from this hell. Come to think of it, I've hardly heard any stories about George Nissan and love. He's just incapable of love. I think I remember hearing him say that family-oriented girls were his type. Didn't I? Sweet, that fits you perfectly, Shannon. It does? How could... I'm not, suitable for such a thing. Not suitable? Like hell you aren't! He's just incapable of love. Elio, do you want me to reply nicely or cruelly? Nicely, please! You've known him so long, you're practically a childhood friend. They say that when you start from a natural relationship where you don't think of the other as a member of the opposite sex, things start to move pretty fast once you finally start thinking about it. Yeah, definitely. George will probably stay single forever. Thank you. There's no doubt. Jessica loved teen magazines with this kind of story, and she was always getting excited talking about that kind of thing with her friends. She was very quick to pick up on love stories like this. So this wasn't the first time Shannon had been exposed to this kind of story. But this certainly was the first time she'd started thinking of George as a member of the opposite sex. She was furniture, while George was an honored guest and a member of the Yoshida Miya family. Until now, she'd assumed that even imagining any deeper relationship with him would be impermissible. So she hadn't thought of it. Since it was someone else's problem, Jessica poked fun at it, seeming to enjoy herself. It was all Shannon could do to hide her blushing cheeks. If George were to appear at a time like that, she'd have no chance of keeping her cool. Oh no, is it only lagging for me? Uh-oh. Till a mall tear us apart. Yeah, only lag for Twi? Okay. Stream has been fine for me? Okay. Okay, good. Well, not good. Great, but good. I'm fine? Okay, good. They saw George come out from the entrance hall of the mansion. It looked like he'd seen them as well. Okay, now it's normal? Huh. He headed over, waving his hand. Shannon had to frantically try and regain her ordinary composure before George reached them. Umineko and Twitch has given me trust issues. Same. Same. Also, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Sure, 1 second of life expectancy has been transferred from Twi to Elio. Let's go! I get to live a second longer. Grandfather finally came down. Now they're having an adult discussion, so they chased me out. Escaping then was the right choice. It'd be better to kiss the angel of death than look at grandfather's face. You shouldn't speak that way. But you know, I think grandfather might think of us as angels of death. Shinigami. Do you guys like apples or something? After all, we came here to talk about borrowing money for business reasons. That's right, this wasn't the customary annual October family conference. Eva's family had visited to apply for a business loan from the head family. Hinzo had vast resources and he lent those out to his children. Oh, poor rich people asking for money because they're having problems with their business ventures. Oh, poor rich people. Of course, they didn't borrow money because they were living in poverty. Damn rich people. How would they expand their business with the vast sums they wanted to borrow? How much interest would be attached and how long would they have to repay it? Oh boo-hoo, cry me a river. This wasn't the sort of loan designed for the poor. Yeah, really? Yeah, could have surprised me there. It was a loan for those who were on the offensive. Hinzo strictly judged whether it would be worth lending out his fortune, and afterwards he strictly oversaw its use. So Rokenjima would sometimes play host to the spectacle where relatives visited and described their businesses to Kinzo. Speaking of offensive, hi Elio. To the parents, these meetings burdened them with the strain of having to move a vast amount of money. But Jessica, who lived on this isolated island called Okanjima, was a precious opportunity to meet up with her cousins. So, being able to talk with the occasional guest such as George like this immediately cured the bad mood she'd gotten from that fight with her mother. I will take that burden. Give the money to me. Yeah, give it to some poor people maybe. Not like rich people struggling with their business. My family's totally stingy too. They've probably got money to spare, so why not lend it out graciously? Okay, Jessica, I like you for saying that. I like you for saying that, Jessica. Dad and grandfather will probably get pig-headed and act all important. It's natural to be prudent when lending money. Okay, George, see, this is why I don't like you. Of course, my father will use what he borrows to expand his business, and he came with a plan that promises a solid probability of repayment. Everything else is left up to the presentation. But I really wish I could watch from the corner and learn. Hey Elio, can you lend me $5,000? If I had $5,000, which I don't. Mother chased me out. I'm a little let down. It seems the master still tends to scold Kraus-sama and Eva-sama as if they were kids. That's something my uncle says to me a lot. I'll be like, do you need anything? And my uncle's like, a couple $1 million. And I'm like, yeah, I could use that too. Have pats in spirit. Thank you. I'm sure she didn't want to let her son see that. As Shannon hung her head, she thought back on a scene familiar to those who worked in the mansion. Wait, that's not true. Even Kraus, who acted haughtily towards his siblings, was still treated like a child by Kinzo. Your uncle wants $1 million. He doesn't need them. Well, hey, he wants it, so... Oh, that's right, because I asked if he needed anything, and he replied with a want. It's fine. It was probably very embarrassing to be coerced like that at his age. Taking care to avoid being present at times like that was one of the important responsibilities held by the servants working here. If I was Shannon, I would totally step inside to see Kinzo chewing them up. Catharsis by proxy, I think it's called. Oh yeah, same here. That would be, like, really good. That's like with me with my old job at the sandwich place. It fills me with such catharsis walking by the place and seeing them struggling with trying to improve their like public image by saying that they rebranded like twice in 1 year and still seeing the reviews calling them dog shit. It's so cathartic. However, the fact that Shannon had ended up witnessing such a scene meant that she'd messed up at least once in the past. Yes, I imagine so. Maybe figuring that out and staying away is part of a child's duty. Leonix, are you trying to get in trouble? I'm trying to live. You, let's go. That aside, the flowers in the garden are truly splendid this year. Why would you advertise that you rebranded? That just tells people you've done things wrong. Okay, well, they didn't exactly say that they rebranded, but like, okay, let's think about it in this way. Like, let's say Burger King like messed up a lot, right? And in order to rebrand, they named their new storefront King of Burgers, and they have everything with the same names, like same building, same look, same ingredients, no changes to the ingredients, same workers. They just changed it from Burger King to King of Burgers. Even the Whopper, yeah. They still call it the Whopper. They didn't change any name, they just changed the name of the store so that when you look it up on Google, you don't see the Google reviews for Burger King. Instead, you see King of Burgers, and you can be like, oh, well, they just opened up. Any issues they have is fine. And that is literally what happened with my old place. I looked up reviews for the place, and they were like, oh, well, they just opened, so they need to get some work done here, but... And I'm like, my guy, they did not just open. They did not just open. Messed up as if she totally didn't look on purpose. Yeah. That's very lazy. Okay, but issues are issues. And then another thing. So, say Burger King changed to King of Burgers, right? And they're still getting flack for it online. They're still having people give them bad reviews because, you know, they didn't improve. They didn't change anything. The coworkers are still bad at the job. Their food is terrible, really bad like safety hazards with the place. So then the King of Burgers is like, well, we're under new management now, so we're better now. That's what my old job did. I was walking by, I saw a big thing on the outside saying, we are under new management. So they are trying to save face yet again. I go inside. I see the same people working there, which, mind you, the same people I see that are working there are the daughters or family of the past owner. So, I don't think they're under new management. I really don't think so. I think they're just trying to save face again and continue to fail. Damn, they're that bad, huh? Elio really going off on King of Burgers. Good thing they're not Burger King, at least. George stretched as he said that, and he smoothly changed the subject away from one and was a little gloomy. This time Shannon noticed it too. Okay, sorry. Is it really as obvious as Burger King and King of Burgers? It really is. Like, I can't name it, obviously, because you guys could search it up and kinda... Because it's kinda, you know, not like... It's not like Burger King. But it really is just, like, that obvious of a name change. But yeah, it literally is like Burger King to King of Burgers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like looking it up again to look them up. God. I wonder if for my resume I should put in the new name that I worked there. Hold on. Now I'm forgetting what the old name was. I know it had like the same word in it. Hold on. What was the old name? It's on my resume. Oh, that was it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I just want to know that it was that obvious or if it was just the first thing that came to mind. It literally has the same name. Like, okay. It took out, like, let's say it's like, something like Sinfroid and Friends or whatever. So, like, the original name is like Sinfroid and Friends, but then they changed it to like West Coast Sinfroid. That's pretty much the name. This person, George, could sensibly figure out the situation and always change the subject to something harmonious out of kindness. It was so smooth that Shannon hadn't noticed it until today. That is funny. Today, Shannon really had to admire the way George did that. And again, all of the menu items are the same. Same name, same ingredients. Same workers. George's way with words is as smooth as my brain. Today, Shannon really had to admire the way George did that. Same health concerns, yep. Of the boys close to Shannon's age that she'd known, nearly all had been classmates during her period of mandatory education. But they had all been young, and none had possessed the composure George had. Mere moments ago, he'd been just another guest. But right now, she couldn't help but think of him as something more. Oh no, honey! Don't fall for him! However, such thoughts were mere distractions from her work as a servant. Shannon tried to chase them away with a small shake of her head. The NTR continues. Oi. None had possessed the composure George had. I'm looking at you, Battler. Battler. What's up? Jesus, game. Don't mention them as young and George not. Yeah! You're falling in love with a 21-year-old, Shannon, please. No, it's nothing. Shall I make some tea? I'll prepare some more of that Earl Grey. So you've remembered the name of that tea. I'm glad. Thank you for your concern back then. And I still just think back to how cringy his proposal to her was. Ugh. Shannon was finally able to put her gratitude into words. Like, you guys remember that? You guys remember how he proposed to her? If you wrote it out, it wouldn't be very long. But Shannon had needed a little spark of courage to say it out loud. But George played dumb. What do you mean? I don't remember doing anything I should be thanked for. He seemed to be playing the gentleman in his own way, letting her know he wasn't doing it out of a desire for gratitude. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to accept this at face value, if this is my, like, if this is just my distaste for George speaking. But, like, I don't know. I really don't know. George's response seemed to be more or less exactly what Jessica had predicted. She couldn't help but burst out laughing. See? Isn't he a bit of a show-off at times like this? No? That's not... I don't know why... Okay, I'm sorry. I keep getting onto this Is you've never done anything excessive and unnecessary due to your bias against fictional characters. Yeah, I know it's probably just my bias against George. But like, he's giving me like nice guy vibes. He's giving me nice guy vibes. Like those types of nice guy vibes. You know? Jessica poked fun at Shannon as the latter remained silent, red-faced. You probably should be comfortable that you don't know if it's your distaste for George speaking. George didn't know the details, but he naturally joined in, laughing the same way. Okay, this may be cool, but how would we know when he was never rejected? God. I guess I have to wait for some backstory. Like maybe someone he had a crush on, like someone else. And then he's like, I don't know. But we don't have the backstory, so it's honestly just my bias here speaking. And I recognize that, but yeah, he's giving me like nice guy vibes. I'm such a nice guy. Be nice does not make you a nice guy. Yeah, it's probably just my bias, yeah. Okay, it is like 99% my bias. The three of them lazily walked around the garden, catching up on recent events. George, as the oldest cousin, talked about his life experiences. Jessica talked about recent life on Rokenjima, and Shannon talked about her recent work. They kept going on about these trivial things. Even when Shannon heard the others talk about deeply interesting things, she never felt any particular interest in the actual content of their stories. She was nothing more than a servant, and she had no intention of delving into her master's lives. There's definitely issues with the relationship with Shannon, but George being a nice guy is probably not one of them. Yeah. She simply wanted them to enjoy their time speaking with her, and would only pretend to listen intently and nod at the right moments. For some reason, the things George talked about today seemed to catch her interest powerfully. Even things she'd normally ignore felt like they contained a trace of kindness behind the words. For some reason, she wanted to know more things about George, no matter how trivial. So she stared fixedly at him. She thought that, as far as looks went, this Oshidamiya George was probably about average and didn't stick out in any particular way. Okay, well, at least she's realistic. In that way. That he was diligent, serious, and had a deep prudence which allowed him to understand people's hearts and show concern. They called him mid, LVO! But she never noticed these things before now. She may not have met him many times, but she'd known his face for many years. In terms of looks. Not in terms of personality. Y'all. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take anything. I'll take anything that dunks on George at this point. Help. Even so, she hadn't noticed once until now. Shannon, embarrassed by her own obliviousness, blushed. George, perhaps thinking that Shannon would listen intently to his stories, kept talking happily and at length about things he'd done and seen. But Jessica didn't miss that slight change in Shannon. So she decided she'd change the conversation to the topic she was sure Shannon was most interested in. Oh yeah, come to think of it, George Nissan, have you finally gotten a girlfriend or what? Jessica, I was up at bat for you, Jessica, but if you're trying to get these two together, I don't know about that, especially at this point in time, like, this is a flashback. She's 14, he's 21, Jessica. Come on, honey. Where did that come from? Elio turning on Jessica. Normally that reaction should have been answer enough, and I'm gonna build on that even more. And be like, it's even more fucked up how not he treats Shannon when she's 14. She's 14 years old, like, treating anyone bad at any point in their life under hire is always bad, but she's like 14 years old at this point, and she's treating Shannon like this? What the fuck? George stubbed his toe. Elio. Yeah, I'll take any wins at this point. Step on a Lego, let's go. Lego stubbing party time. But for some reason, as she was now, Shannon wouldn't be able to understand it unless he said it clearly. And the maids are usually orphans too, like, yeah! Like, this is some serious issues. She's 14 years old, she's an orphan, she's given like this really good opportunity to live on this abandoned island because she'll get like a ton of money and stuff for being here, but she'll get treated like shit. Like, I don't know. Bro. George-sama is very nice, so I'm sure, he's very popular. Well, quit it, Shannon. Isn't cornering him like that actually pretty mean? I wasn't trying to be mean. Well, I'm flattered that you have that mistaken impression of me. But unfortunately, I still haven't had a relationship with any particular girl. After all, my looks are below average, as you can see. Oh, he's calling himself mid. And I can't speak tactfully in a way that can entertain a girl. Does the family tree image show the age of everyone? No, it doesn't. I don't think that's true. And I think a man's charm is decided by something that can't be measured by his appearance. That's why, How can you hate on George when he's basically me? Twy, do not compare yourself to George. You deserve better. You deserve better. I think you might be considered a very attractive man, George-sama. Shannon was being uncharacteristically verbose. We're gonna actually make a contract, okay, chat? We're gonna make a contract right now. I'm opening up paint. We can't fulfill this contract until I beat this game, but I'm making up a contract for us. That drove me to the edge. That drove me to the edge. I'm opening up paint right now. You guys see this? If at the end, or if at the end of Umineko, George is shown to be a piece of shit, manipulative bitch, I owe Elio an apology, compliments, and whatever is deemed good payment for doing this to Elio. Can we make this agreement, chat? Can we make this agreement? A contract with Beatrice Elio. Sign me up, yo. I 1000% accept this. What if we do get he's not? Okay. What is the clause if at the end of the game we discover George is not a piece of shit? What will I do? Put the date of the creation of the contract. Okay. Alright, whoops. Contract made line 23, 2023. That reminds me, I gotta go look at the thing you sent me. Oh yeah. I sent Jackie a contract. Elio has to apologize to George and wish him well in his relationship with Shannon. Okay. If George does not show is a piece of shit at any point, Elio will apologize, but still will hate him for power imbalance and bad age gap. There we go. I will sign. Elio. I signed it. Will you guys sign it now? Do I get your consent to sign this? Actually, question about this legally binding contract. Does it have to be George in general or regarding Shannon? Just George in general. Cause we could argue that George is a piece of shit just in general for like going after a 16-year-old when he's 23. By today's standards, we could definitely argue that he's a piece of shit for that. And the power imbalance, we could definitely argue that. But if we find out that there's even more worse things, so like, yeah. Well, that's true, because it's Umineko. Ava is a piece of shit to everyone else, but she treats Hideyoshi well. Isn't this a murder mystery? Then, like, he's gonna die. Okay, but anyway. Okay, thank you for signing, Twy. Thank you for signing. Okay. I got one chat member's signature. I'll be satisfied with that. I'll be satisfied with that. Thank you. Thank you, Twy. I'd be baffled if he didn't. I mean, he already kind of did. How can his behavior be determined if it was okay or not? If he's probably gonna be a corpse in 5 to 30 hours. I mean, upload it on Discord? Okay, I'll upload it on Discord. Signature. Okay. Sign the contract if the terms are acceptable. Okay, where'd I save it to? I think I saved it on my desktop. Yeah, there we go. I put in an L after main. That's an L. That's a big L. Okay, here we go. Anyway. Okay, I have uploaded it so you can sign it, Leonix. It's not that simple. Even if he dies once doesn't mean he's always dead, yeah. Each episode is basically a rewrite of the family conference, so whether he dies or not doesn't matter. But the characters' thoughts and actions are indicative to them as a whole. Oh, that's weird. And scenes outside of the family conference has happened in every timeline. Yeah, it's kind of like time travel, but in a wibbly-wobbly witch sense. She hardly ever spoke at such length. George seemed fairly pleased to hear someone applaud his charm like this, but he was just a little surprised at the sudden high praise. Jessica, now sure her guess was spot on, appeared to be barely holding back laughter. Thank you, Shannon-chan. I hope I do bump into a girl who's generous enough to feel attracted to me before too long. Not signing, if only because I know what the fuck happened, so it ain't fair. Okay. Boy, in 2026, I'll make you compliment George. I'm certain of myself. I also think George deserves some ribbing now and then, yeah. Yes, I'm sure you'll run into one. I'm sure there's at least one. No, a lot of girls who will recognize your real charm. She probably wanted to say that there was at least one girl very close to him. Shannon avoided saying that much, drawing a final line as a servant. There, signed and all, thank you. I agree that he is not flawless, but I think Elio's bias is making him overthink it. Oh, I know my bias is making me overthink it. But I'm betting on this. This is like gambling. This is gambling for me. This is my version of gambling. People go to casinos. And they waste all their money away. I'm wasting my pride for the chance to dunk on George in like 2 years when I finish this game and tell all of chat I told you so. That's the real payoff for me. I may be gambling, but if I get to say I told you so, chat, it will be so cathartic. It'll be like when I watched my old job rebrand. It'll be like the king of burgers. It'll be so cathartic. Thank you for sending me your signature, Linux. I appreciate it. I guess I'm kind of embarrassed. He had probably never been praised this heavily by a girl before. George's face turned just as bright red as Shannon's. As she watched the two of them, Jessica giggled sadistically. Well, I'm sure you'll eventually bump into a wonderful partner, George Nissan. But I doubt you'll be able to properly escort your partner as you are now, right? Yeah. It looks like you're diligent, but you completely abandoned your study of that. Sorry about that. I'll start studying that bit by bit. And how do you plan to do that all by yourself? Are you gonna watch romance movies or something? Or are you gonna learn from Uncle Hideyoshi? Okay, so wait then. So it's time looping. Kinda? So Elio is getting cucked? Every time? Yeah. He has to relive this. Yeah. Well, you're actually pretty triumphant. Men are no match for girls when it comes to this sort of thing. Normally when George and Jessica got together, their parents would say George is diligent and admirable and Jessica is lazy and rude. So it was probably unbearable fun for Jessica to have their roles finally reversed. George realized this as well, so he resigned himself to being the one getting teased for once, but won't focus on the NTR every loop, thank fucking god. So, George Nissan, as long as you're okay with it, why not practice a bit with Shannon? It'll be your job to keep Shannon entertained all day long on a date. What do you think? What are you... Milady? George being nice to Jessica and allowing her to tease him, that seems awfully considerate. Okay, just cause that is power imbalance. Yeah. Bro! Are you for fucking real right now? Are you for real right now? It'll be your job. He's not finishing this game. When she heard Jessica's audacious plan, Shannon's face turned bright red with a poof, and a donut of smoke started to rise from her head. Very fucked up. I do not stand this act, queen. Yeah, Jessica, you're losing some points with me, honey. You really need to donate to save the animals after this one, honey. That's a very tempting plan, but I wouldn't want to burden Shannon-chan. Yeah, you really shouldn't take on that. You really shouldn't take that on. Practicing romance. It'd just end up wasting one of her precious days off, wouldn't it? I'd be butting in on that sacred time that she should be spending alone with someone she really likes. I couldn't do something so boorish. I also, don't have a person I have feelings for or anything, so, there's there's no need to hold back for my sake. Oh, look at that, George, not approving of Jessica's bad plan. Shannon's blood had all rushed to her head, and it looked like even she didn't know what she was babbling about. Shut up, George. Jessica, who knew how Shannon normally was, seemed to be finding this hilarious. She couldn't hide her cackling laughter anymore. Yes, I love putting people in awkward power imbalance situations. Queen Jessica over here. Is that true? Can't believe a cute girl like you would be single, Shannon-chan. I am a servant, so, of course I don't have any relationships with boys, which means that if Shannon ever wants a chance at getting herself a wonderful guy, she needs practice with relationships too, right? Hello, Elio from Twitch.tv, starring Bunny Boy. Hello, me toys of your turn to time. Consent form, I agree to devote myself to Asunaro for granting my wish. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. She works here all day, George. What did you expect? Yeah. Ugh. So you both want the same thing. So I think we have one of our sacrificial nuggets for the WoW mission. Yeah. Definitely. Sweet, that'll be perfect. We're so back, we're so not. But hi, Barn. Jessica irresponsibly cheered the two of them on. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Text, for saying that she's irresponsibly cheering the two of them on. I really needed that. I really needed that solidification. By now, even George was hanging his head and turning red. This should have been for our time. Yeah, it was really good. George, I've been calling to you for a while now. Didn't you hear me? When Ava appeared in what was already an embarrassing situation, both of them got even more flustered. Jessica watched and laughed loudly. Mother! Sorry, I was so engrossed in our conversation. Shannon needs practice with the relationships too, right? So I'll date her for a while to make sure she's ready. Jessica, probably. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, George, you're a bitch. Thank you, Dark Moon. I didn't notice. Oh, Eva-sama, you have my deepest apologies. It looks like you young kids are getting really fired up together. You're all about that age. Oh, I know how kids your age can talk about that sort of thing forever. Come on, you're still young yourself, Aunt Ava. Please tell us how you and Uncle Hideyoshi met. Oh my, there's no way I could say that. You all really are so young. What, did you meet him at a strip club or something? So, what is it, Mother? You called because you wanted something, right? Yeah, what did she mean by that? Yeah, IDK what's going on honestly either, but by we're so back, I mean I'm physically so back. I'm ready for the George Nissan slander. Thank you, Barn. And I'm glad you're feeling better. What did she mean by that? No, what did she mean by that? Yeah, their first encounter is something that you can't tell children, I guess. She met him at a Chippendales. Your father and the rest have finished talking. We're going to talk to Grandfather about you, so come on. About me? What could that be? It would be like, George is a bastard, I want to prove his parents had him out of wedlock. Well, no, I'm not gonna be that mean. I'm not gonna be that mean to George. The same thing you were all talking about just now. Did they meet at a secret millionaire orgy or something? You know what I mean, right? Oh, that. That isn't really something we need to talk to grandfather about, right? What's going on? Wait, George Nissan, are you getting married? I'm gonna have to press X to doubt on that one. Congratulations! See, one night she was walking home and she said, "Sup?" And she said, "How it do, baby?" And he was like, "OMG, I need you." And then they proceeded to have one sex. Just one. No. Didn't I just say I didn't have a particular woman I was interested in? That isn't something to brag about, is it? A unit of sex, no more. A singular molecular sex. Good grief. A unit of sex, that's what they called me in college. Ava smiled bitterly, looking a little exasperated. Oh, I get it. George Nissan, it's one of those, right? An omiai, a marriage meeting. A marriage meeting, you say? I wish they called me that. Well, yeah. Sex, singular. They call me unitless. Damn, your GPA must be bad. Surely as a man, George wanted to find a partner by himself and bring her home with him. So it seemed he thought it a bit pathetic to meet his partner for the first time in a marriage meeting arranged by his parents. Shouldn't marriage meetings be done at a more mature age? Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you're thinking that. That some people in a relationship are maybe not at their most formative years to be making such a decision. I hope you remember that when you give her a ring and tell her, like, he orders her to take the ring at 16 years old. I hope you remember that, George. I really hope you do. I still don't feel like I've become a full-fledged adult. Of course, we have no desire to rush into an immediate engagement or marriage, right? There's nothing wrong with deepening your friendship first and then having her move to our family register after you've gotten older and settled down. Where there is light, there is darkness, Twy. We both have our roles to play. I attract the maidens, you scare the maidens. I must be the light when you're in the dark. Judging by Ava's forceful attitude and George's non-committal one, the others could catch a glimpse of the story behind this marriage meeting. Perfect balance, as all things should be. They didn't know who George was supposed to be meeting, but it was surely someone who would profit Ava's family in a business sense. Honestly, I feel it for Shannon. She's not the good-looking millionaire oogling over me. The part of working all evening and not having time to meet more people. Shit sucks, yeah. The very fact they'd be satisfied with a mere engagement to deepen the relationship between the two families rather than immediate marriage makes it feel almost like a political maneuver. And she also lives on the island. How often can she actually go out? Probably not very often. I bet you the only reason she was able to go on that date with George was because George was able to pull some strings to get her to have a day off. You see, marriage isn't something you should enter into only after you start liking someone. You marry first and then you adjust. If you marry based purely on emotions, you'll always end up regretting it. There's certainly nothing wrong with choosing a person with a secure background for your partner in life and then developing your affection later. Oh god, this could have a whole discussion right here. This is not a good look. She also lives on... kind of makes the refusal of a relationship with George more terrifying, honestly. Like, where is she gonna go? Yeah, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. To be fair on George, Shannon can quit the job anytime. Money isn't an issue for her, but, you know, it's a life she's only ever known. Yeah, she's been an orphan. She's been raised in this. She's been raised with, like, this mindset. Rich people things. Change is scary. Me no like. I get what she means, but you. And also, I'll even raise an additional discussion on that. On why Shannon might think that staying here is the best thing for her. It could also be the way that she gets treated by the people around her, like Natsuhi, that kind of reinforces that for her, you know? It's like, well, it sucks here because of how I am treated, but I get all of these benefits for it. So what happens if I leave this? Like, will I just get treated even worse? You know? Ava isn't that kind of rude to Uncle Hideyoshi. I love that man. I want to always be with him and to live my life by his side. Hira-sama, that's wonderful. Truly splendid. Get treated worse and you don't have the benefits anymore. Yeah. Like, I can almost bet you Natsuhi probably, like, drills it into her brain that she's so lucky to have this privilege, you know? That feels like something Natsuhi would say to her in a spur of the moment, like, you're lucky you get to be in the Yoshida Miya family household, this, like, honorable family. Yeah, but I feel like that's more of an issue of George not realizing the circumstances, not intentionally being manipulative. Yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know right now. I don't really have a good feel on George's character because we haven't exactly gotten like a first person with him. I think if we get a first person view of George, we'll really get to see where he's at. But we built up those feelings while we were husband and wife, you see. She doesn't even see herself as human. How can one expect her to go out to society without struggle? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, they're like raised with this mentality that they're furniture. And that their only purpose is to serve the Yoshida Miyas. So that's another degree of, like, fear of leaving. And I believe that in the future we will be much, much closer than we are now. I think that's what's best for a married couple. God, can you imagine all the BS that a servant has to go through just to leave the island on a day-to-day basis? Like, I bet there are weeks where they don't leave the place. Have to get the boat ready, gasoline spending, yeah. Still, I don't think you can use that to argue that it's okay to marry someone you don't even like. Alright, clown, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But it also doesn't mean that it's okay to marry anyone as long as you like them. The driver there, yeah. It only takes an instant to get married, but your life as a married couple will last a long, long time after that. So you should search with prudence and avoid making decisions based on momentary emotions. Okay, but to mitigate the Shannon George situation, Shannon seems to be falling for George before he tried anything. Yeah. Yeah. So while it's definitely possible it's a factor for accepting, she didn't actually accept it because of circumstances, I don't think it's a factor in dating. Yeah. It's just kind of really weird. Like, it's not weird that she has feelings for him or anything. Like, honestly, I think of this kind of situation, like when you're stuck on this island and like this like rich, kind boy like shows interest in you and all that, you'd probably definitely kind of want to latch on to that. Like, I wish this scene was before their date. Yeah, it's a weird relationship. But Ava, that's for situations like, is my partner possibly abusive? Would my partner lie to me? Not, is my partner financially aware and can pay for my stuff? I arrive and hear that marriage is instant. Is it a button I spend? No, there's no marriage button, I'm sorry. Don't you think a matter like this would be better handled by us? Rather than a person lacking in life experiences such as yourself? That may be true, but I'm proud of you, my only son. You've grown magnificently, and I'm sure you'll do us proud no matter where you go. And now that Battler-kun has left the family register, you are father's only male grandchild carrying his blood. We must prudently choose a fitting partner for you. Marriage is like ramen. I'm not financially well, but I pay for the bun when I can. Moggy's back. Everyone can relax now. Oh, welcome, Moggy! Someone else is always paying. Now I'm hungry. People buy you ramen. Same hat. I'm not financially well, but I will furiously throw money at Lin when I can. What happened to Battler? He left because his mom died, I think. And then his dad just instantly married another woman and he got pissed off and he's like, I'm living with my grandma and my grandpa. You suck, Rudolph. And so he got taken off the family register. As everyone related to the Yoshida family knew, Ava adored George immensely. But that didn't mean she had pampered him. She had been strict with him and had raised him into a wonderful boy who wouldn't betray her expectations. And that was why she treasured him so. Watch him betray your expectations. Your partner certainly won't be selected based on your parents' profit and loss. I'll bring you a suitable and truly wonderful woman. At this moment, your immaturity might make this seem unpleasant to you. But if you're going to take my advice on anything, listen to me now. Oh no, he was pissed that Kiria was already pregnant, which meant Rudolph cheated on his mom before she died. Okay, that's another icing on the cake. Wow. He wouldn't have minded the marriage otherwise. Okay. A wonderful boy. Just saying, Elio. Just saying, boy. Then ask how many friends I throw money at despite not being well off. I didn't know a reindeer would be that evil. Truly the most heinous. To be fair, I'm 23 and my mom still uses nicknames like that. My baby boy, my baby. Cheated on his mom. Yeah, I guess Battler's, like, dad, like, hooked up with another woman while he was still with his mom, got her pregnant, and then after the mom died, got with the lady. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That is pretty fucked up. Have I ever failed to act in your best interest? Oh, Elio, hour and a half, I just realized. Okay, let me go. I gotta go check on my uncle and get my clothes out of laundry, because I put some clothes in the laundry. Uncle's watching a TV show where a pigeon pooped in someone's glass of wine. Really interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm back. No, you haven't. That's enough for now. So, let's go. Walk home, clown. It could be worse, but still, huh? We're keeping father waiting. Hurry to the mansion. Oh, sorry, you two. See you later. George bowed to the two of them, and after bowing once more to Shannon, he dashed off to the mansion. I'll be going with him. Forgive me for interrupting such an entertaining conversation, Jessica-san. Shannon-chan. No. Please, don't worry about it. Come on, Shannon. Let's go. Yes. It's okay. I'm sure you'll meet someone wonderful soon too, Jessica-chan. Are you not saying anything about Shannon? Oh, Shannon won't meet someone wonderful. Yeah, Shannon's just fucking a wonderful person suitable for you. Elliot is siding with Ava for interrupting the conversation. I mean, according to you, she doesn't. So if he's at the same level as me, you mean a guy with shit grades? That kind of pisses me off. And of course, you too. Okay, thank you, Ava. We don't like excluding people. I'm sure that a wonderful man suitable for you will appear. There are far too many boobs on screen right now. I have to take a second. Dear Lord. Okay, thank you for the hydrate. 7? 7? There are 7 boobs? What? Are you guys saying there are 7 boobs? Thank you very much. As Ava giggled and smiled, she approached Shannon's ear with a hand over her mouth as though she was trying to tell her a secret. Now 1? Are you saying I have a singular boob? Am I the singular boob? Huh? No, you don't have one. You are one. Oh, I am one? I'm a boob. They're calling you dumb. What the fuck? I'm sure you'll find a perfect match for a lowly servant like yourself. Oh. God, booby as in dummy. Have you forgotten to be grateful for your education? Yep, here we go. Here's the conversation I was talking about earlier. Where they make her feel like she's lucky to be in this situation. Know your place. That's not what I meant. George is the eldest grandson, carrying father's blood. He's a person who may bear the burden of the Yoshida family someday in the future. To answer that expectation, he has studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Did you really think you could snatch George away, you uneducated, incompetent, unqualified, uncultured servants? Those malicious words all poured into Shannon's ear without spilling a drop. To Shannon, it was like cold water was being poured in there. I didn't mean... This is all whispered to Shannon in secret, and with the same smile as before. Jessica, who could only see Ava's expression, didn't think it was anything other than Ava telling Shannon some embarrassing story about love. So wait, is she saying this in this time frame? Like, Sasuga Ava continuing to be that bitch. Is she saying this in the flashback? When their secret conversation ended, Ava patted Shannon's shoulders as though she was urging her on. Don't worry. Ava continuing to be the worst. I'm sure you'll find a perfect match for a partner, right? Yeah, in the flashback. Yeah, she's saying that in the flashback. She said you'll find someone. Then whispered that. Jesus Christ. And the flashback makes it even worse. God. Like, I could maybe see her being upset and, like, still she's not valid for saying this to Shannon. But, like, if it was, like, modern day where it's, like, kind of sound that, like, George and Shannon are definitely kind of, you know, but, like, right now saying that to Shannon, when, like, nothing has even, like, really happened, is just even more fucked up. So when she says perfect match, she's implying someone low like her. Kinda want them to end together out of spite now. I want Shannon to get swept up, leave these people. Like, just don't deal with the Yoshida Miya family in general, honestly. Maybe Battler. maybe Battler. But even then, I mean, Battler's not perfect. You know what? I'm gonna go on the Battler Shannon ship train just out of spite now. Because at least now she might not actually be interested in him. She got the idea because of Jessica, but doesn't like him. Maybe Jessica? I don't know. Jessica arranging this stuff with like her and George kind of really soured me on her. She reminds me of my own freaking mom, which is why my brother hates inviting friends over, because they're usually girls, and my bro's just gay, okay, and my mom will talk shit about them. Ugh. Okay, Jessica-chan. See you later. If it's in the present, then she definitely loves him, so saying that is even worse. Yeah. But it's just like really, yeah. I mean, no matter what, it's bad. It's bad no matter what when she says that, but like... bro. Shakes Elio's hand. I'm gonna ship her with another girl maid I have invented in my head. Yes. They will leave this island together. Yeah, see you later. And make sure you tell me about you and Uncle Hideyoshi next time. No way. Ava laughed loudly and headed back to the entrance hall. Behind Jessica, who was cheerfully waving her hand, Shannon reflected very, very deeply on those words of Ava's without knowing her place. I guess to me it would be worse in the present, but it's more uncalled for in the flashback. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It's just like really uncalled for saying that at this point in time. Like, I get her being pissed off about it in present time, but it's still like not valid to say that to her in present time either. But like right now, like there's just like nothing going on between them, so it's just even doubly uncalled for to be saying that to Shannon. You know? God, if only that girl maid actually existed. It's time for me to take a serious look at how full of myself I've been acting. I forgot. I'm furniture. Furniture isn't human. God, Shannon, I'm gonna get you out! Let's be honest, all we can do better than a family of blood-changed psychos cursed to be in a looping death game for all time. So, I am a being who must feel gratitude for even being treated like a human. And I am not permitted to wish for anything more. People sometimes develop affection for furniture they're used to using. But that is an emotion on the human side, and the furniture has no right to hope for such a thing. It's enough that furniture serves a simple honesty day after day. That feeling I got when talking to George-sama and Jessica-sama is the same as a forbidden drug to me. In other words, it may be an emotion I must never experience. Shannon, you've had your head in the clouds for some time now. Do you not feel well? No. My apologies. Natsuya's words were right on the mark. People develop affection for furniture they're used to using. I mean, that's a bit strong if we take that literally. Oh, I love you, chair. You sure support me during my streams. The biggest support of all. Even Shannon couldn't believe that she hadn't noticed Natsuhi until she had called. Normally it was essential that she focus on her cleaning at this time of day. But she spent all her time sighing and hardly making any progress. I can't stand my chair, which is why I sit in it. Even when there aren't any guests around, you must always be alert. Behavior like this is shameful for an Oshidamiya family servant. Yes, ma'am. I'll take care from now on. The head and my husband will return very soon. I mean, there was the Code Geass girl at the table. Ah! No! Don't revive me! Ah! Oh, God. Have you finished cleaning the study? have you finished cleaning the staircase? My apologies. There's something to be said about nature versus nurture, but I think it's more skewed towards the nurture side. When you're told that you are less than human, the moment you learn how to speak. Yeah! Like, that shit fucks you up. Yeah. Taking in an orphan, Shannon, raising her up, telling her all these things, just... Ugh. Not yet. Yes, I know. So, I had Lunan do it. Lunan? Lunan. While you were plodding around cleaning the hallway, she finished cleaning the study and the staircase. Oh, is this a maid? Are they the same age? Lunan, Shannon, endgame ship? That's because, I wanted to clean it properly, so I took some time. I could marry my bed. Me too. Shannon was simple and honest, so she would always carry out her tasks seriously and properly, without any omissions. Do we ever get to meet Lunan? I mean, they gave her a name. I wanna see some maids. So, she was always slow with her work. In contrast, Lunan cleverly avoided doing extra work whenever it was possible. Lunan the goat? Is Lunan the goat? Oh? Do we not need original lesbian character? Do not steal? I think we got someone. The other maids finally get portraits many episodes later. Let's go. So she could complete her jobs with a result that looked almost the same to an outsider, but in a much shorter time. I'm gonna do a rewrite of Umineko, where like Lunan sees how badly Shannon gets treated, and she like they both like raise money together, and they like leave this place and get a beautiful home in Japan, where George is a villain and gets killed. In other words, she was a shrewd employee by a bunny. Compared to that, it's probably fair to say that Shannon wasn't very shrewd at all. Talking back to Natsuhi when Natsuhi was in a bad mood. Lunan is probably the same, but just kinda smart about it. Yeah. This kinda sounds like a you have to adapt to survive kind of situation for the orphans here. I mean, they can leave if they want to, but like... It's kind of like when you talk about like people with like Stockholm Syndrome in a way. You can be like, oh, they can leave the relationship anytime, but like the way that they have been like, you know, it's not that easy. Her forehead creased and she spoke sternly. And yet, her slow, admonishing style of speech was even more terrifying, and finally made Shannon realize she had said the wrong thing. Then, perhaps you should aim to do a truly thorough cleaning? Maybe if we heard of servants that left. I think they did say a few servants have left. It would not be as creepy. Shannon, I order you to clean the reception hall right now. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I could have swore I read something about how, like, you don't have to work here. It is an important hall where several pictures treasured by the head are displayed, and where honored guests of the Yoshida-miya family are welcomed. Clean it thoroughly, so that not a speck of dust remains, and so that even you are satisfied. Of course, you will finish before the day is out. Until you finish that and report to me, you will not be permitted any food or rest. Bro, what is wrong with you? God. Damn, they're so awful to her. What? Bro, this is not it. This is not it, honey. Leave. Leave. Understood? Yes, madam. I'm feeling like the game is like setting us up this way. Like, I'm seeing like two situations here that the game is possibly setting us up here with the whole story with Shannon and George. It's either setting us up to be like, oh, Shannon is treated so bad, and it's great that she's with George or whatever, or it's setting us up to be like, just fuck the whole Ushidamiya family, fuck, like, the whole thing is just fucked up. To work at the manor is a privilege for the orphanage, especially since the Yoshida-miya family will give you a job, Ruck, once you decide to leave, which is sorely needed, since being an orphan in Japan fucking sucks so bad. I bet the second one. I hope it's the second one. I really hope it's the second one. I hope they're sending the message that this is not a good situation. Don't feel bad for their deaths after all they did to Shannon. And you know what? I think I trust in 07th expansion. I think I trust in 07th expansion. Servants should endeavor to only use those words. Mostly for the infinite death time loop. Don't feel bad for their deaths after all they did to Shannon and Maria, yeah. Nazi spotted. Yeah, Natsuhi is being fucked up right now. Whoever gets focused on next. Well, generational trauma is a running theme of this game. That's all I can say. I'm not including George in this, by the way. I mean the older gen. Yeah. All in all, this is the most realistic rich family depiction I saw. Yeah, this is like... This really feels like an actual family that exists. Like, every single character feels, like, realistic. Like, I can see these people, and I can see their motivational factors, and even with the magic thing at play later on, like, I don't know, they're just written very realistically. And I think that's why I get so heated over this. Because it is realistic, and I hate it. The next time you talk back, your punishment will be even more severe. So with that in mind, engrave these words into your heart. Yes, madam. Thank you for your guidance. This might be a really hot take, but I don't think rich families generally get massacred by riches. I mean, yeah, that's not realistic, but... Hey, people, spend here from their kitchen. We cooking. Oh, what you cooking? Take the rich, take their money. Oh, you cooking the rich? Let's go. Got a nice rich balance. We should fix that. Yeah, we should fix that. I think rich families should get massacred by witches. You know, I'm on Beatrice's side here. I'm making homemade fries. Ooh, I love homemade fries. My mom made like the best fries, like crinkle cut fries. And like, I'd bet I let Beatrice massacre. Well, not crinkle cut. What is like the slice of a potato that you bake with like the skin still on it? Beetle based as fuck? Yeah, let's go Beetle. Best girl. You're welcome. Making mac and cheese and no one can stop me. Let's go. You love to see mac and cheese. Are we distributing the wealth? We're eating the rich, we are distributing the wealth, we are giving it to people in need, we are also donating towards animal conservation efforts to help animals. Yeah, world becomes better. Bring in the massacre witches. I would sign this off. Natsuhi headed off down the corridor. When she couldn't see her anymore, Shannon hung her head and sighed. Honestly, this is genius writing. Like, with how they portray, like, a lot of the time, it feels like a lot of time, they'll, like, introduce someone, be like, oh, this person is a fucking bastard. And then you see, like, backstory on them, and you're like, oh, I get why they're a bastard. They're a bit sympathetic now. And then you'd be like, oh, they're a bastard. Rinse and repeat. Like, with Natsuhi, like, Natsuhi, I think, is a perfect example of this. Like, I came into it being like, yo, fuck Natsuhi. She's, like, rude as shit to Shannon. And then they, like, give the whole background of, like, her wedding, her marriage, like, her connection to, like, the Yoshida-miya family. And, like, how she's treated by her husband and shit. And then I'm like, damn, I kinda understand now. Kinda understand why you're fucked up, Natsuhi. Like, it's kind of really genius writing. Yeah, I like that about Umineko. Yeah, I think they're setting something up here. So, I'm both excited and terrified to see what they're setting up here with this whole storyline. This is what happened when she had her head in the clouds. Even though I'm bad at everything I do, I should be able to at least carry out the cleaning as well as an average person can, right? It's because I can't even perform that very well that I'm crying so pathetically. But what's even more shameful, yeah, it's like, fuck Nazi, fuck Nazi, fuck Nazi! They're setting up for the bass guitar solo. Is that not only have I been unable to perform a single bit of cleaning well, but just now, when Natsuki was scolding me, imagine that person appearing and rescuing me. If only George-sama were here, would he casually step in and save me? Surely he'd show up cheerfully, intentionally acting like he didn't know what was going on. Nimbly change the subject and make me forget I'd ever been rebuked by Natsuki. I kept envisioning him, suddenly appearing from the other side of the door, or at the other end of the hallway. Oh, honey. It's really fucked up how Shannon chose to ally with a time-manipulating witch instead of walking away from all this. With pleasure. I mean, what? This one you think it's done, even more NTR. Consider saying it, but I didn't know how to point that out, Barn. God. Y'all. I envisioned the kind of person that would be an appropriate partner for him in a marriage meeting. I envisioned how unfitting I was for him. Eva clearly told me. It's been repeating over and over in my dreams. You're still as clumsy as always, Nessan. Milady has been in a bad mood since this morning. Maybe in this world, but I don't think in the previous world she did? Wait, what? To be fair, it's Vito. Yeah, but she still did. Yeah, we don't actually know. We don't actually know if she teamed up with Beatrice in the past timeline. I guess we have to wait until we get to the answer arcs. That just now happened because you talked too much when you should have just hung your head in silence. Oh, if it's outside of the family conference, then it happened in all the timelines. Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking it was something like that. I was thinking that anything outside of the family conference, like before the family conference, is canon. Okay. I think we'd all give it up for Beatrice. We being me and Twy. And any other willing, unwilling participants. Pretty sure George and Jessica teamed up with Beatrice in the first world. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe once they died, yeah. Conan was suddenly there. His footsteps were actually were always quieter than a cat's, and he never left any trace of his presence. He probably could have stood there forever, and she still wouldn't have noticed him. Did they die, though? They did. They went to the Golden Land. Umineko when they die. So, like, I'm a little confused still on, like, the whole setup. But it sounded like when the people die, they go to the Golden Land, but they can only actually, like, be revived if everyone believes in magic. But, like, Battler doesn't believe in magic, so Beatrice is putting them through, like a time loopy alternate world thingy until Battler will give in and be like, okay, yeah, I believe in magic. Revive us all. I think that's the setup, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Excuse me. Family Conference of 1886. Specifically, everything that happened before then happened for all scenarios. Is it even possible to have noticeable dream props in a game like this? I never saw this game, so I only know the dialogue part. Oh. It's more internet issues than the game being demanding. For some reason, Elliot gets connection issues whenever you stream. Yeah, okay. So are you guys still having connection issues? Oh god. Police mentioned they only found Maria's jawbone and no other trace. There's no reason to believe that they are alive. No? You're fine, Elio? No, we're fine? The expression on Canon's face was one of hatred. You okay, Bun Bun? Okay. He made that expression for Shannon, who didn't know how to do it herself. Oh, they're referring to the title, okay. I would never lie to you. Okay. Thank you. Madam and Lunan can fall into hell. Oh, Lunan is bad? That person knows where Madam checks and only cleans those areas. Okay, I mean... I would do the same thing, honestly. Being honest here. If I had a job and I knew where the people were gonna look at, I would clean those areas. That would be priority number 1. Your cleaning just now was like that. I know because I saw. She wasn't really cleaning. She's just the worst kind of parasite, leeching off your thorough cleaning. Okay, so if she's not actually cleaning, then yeah, that's kind of shitty. Okay, the Lunan Shannon ship is not sailing, unfortunately. Sorry. We don't let this kind of stuff happen. Honestly though, Lunan has a fucking point. Shannon is basically doing a fucking deep clean literally every day. Yeah, like honestly, with this situation, yeah, don't force yourself like that, hunty. Lunan's kinda got a point. Why do we have to like we're gonna get paid the same thing. We're gonna get paid the same amount. IDK, fuck it. Leech off the rich. Exactly. It's like people that are like, oh, you need to put your all and sacrifice everything for the company. Drop everything at a moment's notice to go support the company. My bro, I'm making like $14.45 an hour. Nothing will change. You mustn't use such dirty words. Dirty words pollute your clean soul, Kanan-kun. Lunan-based, yeah. If they're getting the same pay, then Shannon doesn't need to work that hard, yeah. If you want us to work hard, pay us more. Maybe. So at least don't use those words in front of me. And give us more benefits. Don't treat us like shit, maybe. Okay. If my boss is gonna be like an asshole to me, yeah, no, fuck you. I ain't gonna put my heart and soul into it. I'm calling it in. I'm doing the basics of what is required of me for the job. And that's it. I'm not gonna sacrifice my life for you. Canon turned away as though sulking. Okay, I get where you're all coming from, but counter argument, Shannon has to put in more effort because Lunan is not doing her part. Yeah, that's another thing. That's why I was kind of like, oh, Lunan, like I get it, but also it's kind of shitty for the other person. It was a reaction that hid his true feelings, which is very like Kanon, but I was a little happy. He was getting mad for my sake. Cleaning the reception hall will be tough. I'll help. Thank you. But I was the one Madam ordered, so don't worry. With studies and some works I've done around, one of the things you really should learn as an adult is that good enough is good enough. Yeah. Don't you also have your own work, Kanon-kun? Counterpoint, a deep cleaning is necessary, but she doesn't need to do it every day. True. Oh yeah, I am seeing some frame drops too. You know what? Yeah, this is a good place to stop anyway. So I am gonna end it here for Umineko. I'm gonna go on a BRB. Switch to Devil Survivor, maybe, if we're still not having, if the frame drops do not persist after closing Umineko, then we will play Devil Survivor. But if you guys still get frame drops during my BRB, please let me know in chat. And I will probably end. If it's between Lunan and Yoshida Miya, then yeah, but if it impacts Shannon's work, yeah. It's fine on my end. Umineko, why? I don't get why it's always Umineko. It's just a fucking visual novel. I don't get it. We'll see Beatrice next stream. Woo! Let's go. Okay, yeah. I am gonna go on a BRB. Or actually, I'm gonna end stream for like 15 minutes. I'm gonna end stream for 15 minutes. While I go on my BRB. And then I will see how my internet is doing. I guess load Desu because the OP, yeah. I'll go offline for a few seconds. Maybe? I'm actually not sure the best course for this. Beatrice's booba too powerful. Okay, I'm just gonna go on a BRB. I'm just gonna go on a BRB. She overwhelms the RAM. Now, why is it always Umineko? Okay. But anyway. I'm gonna go on a BRB, get something to eat. Let me know if at all during the BRB you guys experience frame drops. If there is, then no Devil Survivor. But if there isn't, we'll do Devil Survivor. Okay, anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Everyone rise for the national anthem.